All right. Well, we have our account set up and I want to walk you through onboarding your payment system. We partner with Stripe so that we can make payments simple, secure, fast, but we need to get it set up. We need to tell Stripe who we are. We need to let Stripe validate us that we are who we say we are. And we need to tell Stripe where to put the payment data. So I'm just going to walk through it really quick. Since it only takes a few minutes, let's just set up a sample account. So you're going to see here when you first load in for the first time, it's going to tell you a couple of different times that your Sapling Payments is not set up. Just go ahead and click here to complete, and it's going to push you over to the onboarding process. And we need to put in our email address and our mobile number because Stripe is going to send us a one-time passcode that helps us verify. This is kind of step one in Stripe validating who we are. It's going to send you a text message. Once that's validated, we are off to the races and we can go ahead and give Stripe some information. We're operating out of the United States and we're going to choose nonprofit. Since we're a registered 501c3, we can push through with those details. We can put in our organization information. And if the name is other than your legal business name, then you would want to put that in there. Then you want to put in your EIN, your tax ID number. I'm going to put in a sample one, and then you're going to put the business address of where your 501c3 is registered. A business phone number doesn't have to be your mobile number. And then industry. For industry, I'm just going to start typing non-profit. And then I'm going to type in a web address. You're going to want to put in the web address that points to your nonprofit, so that way when Stripe looks at it, they can validate that, again, you are who you say you are. You're just validating that. Stripe wants to cut down on fraud, funding improper organizations, so they just want to validate that. Now, the next step is where you actually validate as a person who represents the organization. So if you're a founder or you're on the director or on the board, somebody who can legally represent the organization. So you're just going to put your first name. And I'm going to walk you through probably the fastest way to get this set up and completed. I'm going to be the founder of the organization. Put my birthday in. I'm going to put the address again of my home address. So this is me, not the organization. And then I'm going to put my personal cell phone number. And then I'm going to see here where it says last 4 digits of Social Security. Stripe wants to just do a quick check to make sure that you really are who you say you are, so they can avoid any fraud or spam or any of that kind of stuff. Stripe doesn't keep this information. They just use it to get a yes or a no or a good or a fail from a government agency that background checks you. And what I am going to suggest is that you just click on provide government issued ID number instead. So I'm just going to click on that. Then it's going to ask me for my full Social Security number. I can go ahead and put that in. And just remember, they're not going to keep this. Sapling doesn't keep this information either. This is a one-time use just to validate that you are who you say you are. And then I'm going to press continue. Then what you want to do is tell Stripe where to put the money once the funds are received from your donors. You can choose a institution that maybe a popular one like PNC or Fifth Third can be listed here. Or if you just have a routing and a checking account number for maybe like a credit union that you don't see listed here, then you can just enter that in. Again, this information is only retained at Stripe, which operates at the highest level of security. That's why we partner with them. And so Sapling never sees or interacts with any of this data at all. So I'm just going to agree and continue. This is as if I had logged into my PNC account, for instance. Once you've logged in, it's going to get you a list of accounts associated with your login, and you can choose where you want the money to be deposited into. I'm going to choose the top one. Then it's going to ask about Link. Link is like a wallet system like Apple and Google and things like that, so that if one of your donors is buying something on another website using Link, then they can just reuse those credentials instead of an actual card number. It's up to you if you want to use it. I personally, since this is my first fundraiser, I'm just going to say not now. But you can go ahead and use it if you want. There's no harm in doing it one way or the other. When it's done, you can just press done and it'll take you to a confirmation page. This is in fact where I want the money to go. And now I'm at the last step. it wants me to validate everything that I entered in. So if I take a look at this loaded page, I can see this is good, this is good. Oh, we got an incomplete, and then my payout details is good. I'm just gonna press on edit because this is incomplete. We need to provide one more thing, Stripe says. They're gonna want me to upload that identification document. This is a driver's license or a passport. I'm just going to choose upload. I'm going to take a picture on my phone of my driver's license and just add it. Again, this is Stripe just doing that one-time background check to validate that you're not doing something inappropriate and that you are actually the person that's filling this out. And now it's going to say that I did provide an ID, my social security, job title, and phone. So those pieces of information will tell Stripe, yes, I am legitimate and I should be good to go. Now it's going to say verifying, but you can just go ahead and press agree and submit, and then when it's all said and done, it's going to take you back to the Sapling page, and you should, with everything completed, it'll pop up a little red box that says you can now start processing. If this doesn't happen, that's okay. When you go home, you're going to see some information here that sample picture is gone now, and this is actual real data. So if once somebody makes a transaction, you're going to see it right here. This is looking directly at your processor, and it's going to tell you when it's paid out and so on. You can press view details to get more information. If for whatever reason Stripe has a problem with the data you submitted, when you come back to this page, you're going to see a little message that says you need to go back in and do one more thing. But doing it the way I just suggested will cut down on any of that back and forth, and you'll only have to be in there one time, and that's it. And now you can start promoting this donation site. All right, well, there you have it. Hope you have a great time fundraising. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. I'm always happy to help, and you can reach me by clicking on support.